Jordan running this lane, and wide man over here, and Scottie Pippen just making the right play with the perfect bounce pass to finish off the fast break.
And the good ball movement by Chicago continues. They've got 10 baskets and 8 assists, and the people in Chicago are ecstatic.
Well, this crowd has been into it right from the start, looking to provide a lift for the Bulls. Very quiet crowd in games 1 and 2. Chicago with an 18-8 run the last 7 minutes. Perkins coming up short. And it was last touched by the Bulls.
Marv, Sam Perkins looks really off tonight. This is the guy who has to have a big game. He had a wide open dunk there and just not moving well at all.
Perkins has missed his first 3 shots. Seattle bench 0 for 6 here at the start. Now Perkins gives it back. Schrempf. Yes! Detlef Schrempf from downtown. He has 7 points, and the Bulls now lead by 6.
Important decision by Tony Kukoc to come doubled as he ran back to the other end. Phil Jackson let him know about it. Rodman had Perkins under control, too far away from the basket. Double team not necessary.
And Rodman took a poke in the head from Schrempf. For Detlef his first. A new 24 for the Bulls. Here's another look at it.
Rodman in the triple post. Detlef feels he can get a play from behind. Rodman always has to have the last word.
Jordan with a series of fakes trying to give it back. And a travel on Steve Kerr. The Bulls were called for 7 traveling violations in Game 5 in Seattle.
And I talked to Phil Jackson before the game. I said, of the 7, Phil, how many really were? He said 1. Actually, on that particular play, Michael Jordan got away with a walk to escape the defensive Wingate.
When does Phil Jackson start complaining about the refs? Come on. Seattle hammered him in Game 5.
Of course, that's always a coach's point of view in terms of, well, 1 out of 7.
Well, the first it's the refs, then it's the timekeeper, then it's the announcers next. Who knows?
Well, he wasn't complaining about the referees. He was just answering my question.
He was complaining about you, I think. Kukoc off the steal. Kerr facing the double team. We are early second quarter, and the Bulls lead 27-21. Hitting the shot, hits on his first, and the Bulls lead 29-21.
Jordan rode Kerr the last turnover. He went right back to him with the pass. That's what great teammates do. They lead their guys to beautiful performances.
Hawkins. Percy Hawkins with the floater. His second field goal. He has 4, and the Bulls now lead by 6 points. Phil Jackson with Rodman, Kukoc, Jordan, Hawkins. Beautiful pass. Well, Dennis getting credit for the extra rebound. It's the second time that has occurred.
That's Moses Malone basketball. But Chicago's getting to the hoop. They did not do that out in Seattle.
Hits from downtown. And now it's changed to a 2. Had the foot on the line. 31-25 the score. And a blocking foul called on Wingate.
Well, Michael Jordan drawing the attention of the defense, getting up in the air, finding Kerr wide open, and the crowd, you could feel it in the tone. They wanted Steve to make that, and he really put a beautiful arc on that shot to get the first one. And Michael is so in tune anytime around the basket, feeling the defense, finding the open man, and Scottie Pippen appreciates that kind of basketball.
Longley back on the floor. Setting up on Perkins, and it's a traveling violation.
Luke has been playing very, very well. He's another one of the Bulls who's going to have off-season surgery. He's got to have some bone spurs taken off those ankles. He will not play in the Olympics for Australia, his native country, this summer.
And Luke also bothered by a sore back in recent days. 6-point Chicago lead. 4 minutes in, second quarter. And the overplay, Harper called for the foul.
Well, the Bulls have made a concerted effort anytime a smaller man is playing a bigger man in the post to get around and front and put pressure not only on the passer, but make that a tough pass, and it has gotten the Bulls more aggressive defensively. Hey, Chicago is playing very well. Seattle is not playing their type of basketball yet, and they look at that up at that scoreboard and find themselves only trailing by 6.
And if they would just feed the post, Seattle would get that ball in better. They float passes. They hang them out. You got to zip it in there hard to the guy.
And that's Brett holding out the play. And it led to the offensive foul. Illegal pick set by Kemp, trying to free up the man with the ball, Schrempf.
It looked like Shawn Kemp was stationary, but when he leaned over, when he put that shoulder down, if he had stood his ground upright, that would have been a foul on Rodman.
Here's Jordan. Well, would have been a two-pointer. Put on the line, so Michael is now 2 of 7 from the field.
The guards are running away from the ball in the backcourt for Seattle.
Nice. Kemp, Rodman.
Now there's that pass you wanted, Bill, as Rodman, he was buried in the lane there, had to try to get around in front, but way too late, as Kemp did a beautiful job of holding him off. Perfect pass.
Bulls 31, Sonics 27. Jordan facing the double team, finding Pippen. Rodman trying to draw contact, no call, but Longley got it to Jordan. Here's Jordan. Michael able to elevate. Bulls lead 33-27.
Marv, defensive rebound. It's killing Seattle. They can't dig that ball out.
Shawn Kemp once again from the outside. That's his 4th field goal. He has 10 points, so the Bulls lead by 4. Bulls have led by as many as 9. Sonics briefly led by 1. They were up 10-9 in the early going. Here's Jordan going to a series of fakes. Rebounded by Schrempf.
Oh, Michael is so quick right now. He had Hersey Hawkins whipped on the baseline. Hersey would have never found him, but Michael didn't realize how badly he had him beat.
Perkins working on Pippen and lost it. Harper with Perkins back. Foul by Hawkins, and Harper had the acceleration.
Sam Perkins looks asleep.
Many have said that, but that's not necessarily on the court. It's the look, though. Well, the NBA and NBC Sports have teamed up and created the official website for the NBA Finals at finals.com. Game previews and player bios and video highlights. The latest news on the Bulls and the Sonics. Plus, during our broadcast of the Finals, fans around the globe can interact with our very own cybercaster, Steve Snapper Jones, who is online. Not to be confused, incidentally, with the Steve Jones who won the U.S. Open earlier today. Steve was asked the other day, what is the most asked question that he has received, and this the answer. Did you get a fair deal trading courtside seats to Marvin Matt for a seat upstairs away from Bill? I don't know about that one. I don't know.
Hey, Marv, I heard you were online the other day.
Well, and I told Bill any time that he has a question, he can ask it directly. He does not have to go online. Feel free at any time.
You don't want to give me that kind of freedom, Marvin. You want to keep me on the nice tight leash that I'm on.
Chicago with a 35-29 lead on Seattle. Halfway through the second quarter. Hawkins and Payton in the backcourt. Schrempf with Kemp and Perkins up front. Here is Kemp. And Hawkins able to hustle it down. Schrempf for 3. Harper gets Schrempf back. And Jordan will reset.
Harper moving so much better. Obviously, the series of injections that he took during the course of this week seemed to be working for this game today. Always a very dangerous proposition.
Play by Perkins to bring it up and hit the rim, so they got the new 24.